Butcher, and I'm a junior in the Butler Babies 4-H Club. Does any of you know what this is? These are baby pheasants. They're not very common in the state of Iowa. That's why I'm doing my presentation on Save the Pheasants. We placed an order in March from McFarland Pheasants in Janesville, Wisconsin for 20 cents each. We ordered all female for reproducing purposes. The chicks hatch April 23rd throughout the day, and the chicks were delivered through mail at April 25th. You had to keep your cell phones on because they would call you early in the morning and you would have to come pick them up at the post office. You have to keep the heat in the brooder house at exactly 95 degrees with plenty of food and water. They haven't been fed for the 2 days. They need to have food and water ready for them when they get there. You have to keep the heat at exactly 95 degrees or else they will huddle underneath the heat lamps and suffocate the ones on the bottom. You can keep them no longer than 5 weeks or they will become dependent on you feeding them, and when you release them they will not go looking for their own food. You have to release them in wooded grassy areas in groups of 20 to 30. Here are some pictures of the baby pheasants. This is the pheasants when they were 5 weeks old. Here they're with me at my 4-H presentation, and that's where I decided to bring it back onto fair. This is me releasing one of them. And this one we all kind of laughed at because when I released it by hand and it flew back onto my dad's truck, so we thought it wanted to go home instead of go out into the wild. Okay, now I have a video. Me taking her out of the cage, and this is the first one we are releasing into the wild. And there goes the first one off into the wild. I have additional pictures when I'm done with the presentation and a feeding guideline if you want to come up and see them after the presentation. And after questions, if you want to, you can come up and hold the baby. Come up and hold the pheasants. These ones are 9 weeks old. So if you want, you can come up and pet them or hold them when I'm done. The summary is, if you want to help me save the pheasants of Iowa, then you can call McFarland Pheasants at 608-757-7881. Or you can go to the website and get the phone number at www.pheasant.com. Are there any questions? Yes? I think they did it before when I was a lot little. I wasn't born yet. So, yeah, they have done it before. Any other questions?
Mallory, how did you get interested in working with pheasants?
Well, actually my grandpa, he was the one who raised them, and I kind of went over and helped him and stuff. So and we saw it. I think it was in the magazine, and we just kind of liked the idea of it, and we wanted to help save them. So that's why we did it. Any other questions?
What percentage survives if you turn loose?
What?
What percentage of the birds survive if you turn loose? You put them in the wild, you know how many survive?
Okay, what?
How many survive?
Oh, my grandpa ordered 500, and we ended up with like 400 of them, I think, going out into the wild. A few of them died just because of how low they are. So I think like 400 of them went out into the wild. Any other questions? Yes.
How many did you put in a group when you put them out? Did you put them all in one spot or?
Oh no, we released them in groups of 20 to 30, so that they weren't all in one spot. Any other questions? Okay, thanks. If you want to come up and hold and pet the pheasants, you can. Thanks, that concludes my presentation.